What a college football game. Miami, Florida State, and that's what it's supposed to be. Tremendous game. Miami's heck of a football team. Very talented. They played a great game tonight. Those two teams that battled extremely hard. Al's done a tremendous job with that program and their players. Our hats off to them. I mean, they were a heck of a team. But like I say, the atmosphere there was great. Talk about our guys, just amazing. What a special group of guys. And everybody talks about this team and doesn't do this and doesn't do that. Measure this team for 60 minutes. When you measure this team for 60 minutes, it measures up pretty daggone good to anybody, anywhere. Anybody, anywhere. Everybody has flaws, But this team, what we've done here is they believe in each other, they love each other. They're a family. They play for each other. They never panic. They look each other in the eye, and they handle the next play. They get it down. They whittle it down to 3. If we're down 3 scores, go 2 scores, get it down to 1 score. Just take care of your business. Be able to execute. Now, like I said, we need to play better early, no doubt. But that's what this team does. It's accountable to each other, and it plays for each other. And that's how you define success to me, is when you have a family that loves, trusts, and believes in each other, and cares for each other, and plays. Because if that's not what this game's about, then we've all missed the boat. That's what this team does. I can't be more proud of them, extremely proud of them. Great individual efforts across the board, from what we've done there. We had our mistakes, but, Miami caused those mistakes. They jumped on us very early. We had a critical turnover on a kickoff. We had one right there before the half. A guy makes a great play over the top, and then we come out in the first drive, the second half. We're down there to get points and have a turnover. Have 3 turnovers on the road, still be able to pull it out. That's an amazing feat. And, give Miami credit. They made those plays, and they did that. They got a very good football team. They coached a great game, but our kids battle play and our leadership, and Jameis the way to battle back and do what he did. Dalvin to come back after a critical fumble in the second half to he had 2 big runs in the game, played tremendous. Carlos and Kermit come out. Kermit getting Kermit back in. I said this week in practice, this guy's ready to play. He's hit a stride, got his weight back down a little bit, looked quick, and he played with Travis, Rashad, and Nick, and Nick. We were banging and bruised. Casey kicked the ball well, and of course, old Roberto hitting those big field goals, keeping us right in there. And again, our defense made tremendous adjustments at halftime. Played a whole different set of rules of plays and defense in the second half, and changed everything. Made some great calls. They had done some things in that 2 weeks that schemed us up. And did a great job. Coley did a great job in that regard. So our guys made adjustments, and we did what we had to do. Very proud of them. Question?
Why do you think the trend of you guys starting slow in certain games?
It's just what we are. It's our personality.
Jimbo, the decision to move Cam to center and start the true freshman left tackle, why was now the right time?
Because he had to develop, and the left tackle was ready to play. In the last couple of weeks, he had put himself in a position ready to play. You never know when those freshmen are ready. He is an extremely talented young man, and Cam, we work him every Monday. He always asks me every Monday, why is he playing center? And I said, no, we're working for a rainy day. We're looking for the future, and we have plans too. And what we want to see, and we thought it could give us a chance to get some. And Brian Hofa did a tremendous job inside. And Austin Barron's coming back. We got him ready, but he can give us a lot of size and mass and athleticism in the interior, and there was some more length on the edge. So there's a move we thought we needed to make that could help us in the future to go where we want to go.
For the first time, how happy are you?
Oh, tremendous! I mean, to play in this environment, that atmosphere, and a Miami-Florida State rivalry, that's pretty big. That's a pretty big debut for a young freshman.
Jalen's night, he seemed like he was all over the place.
He was making plays everywhere. Again, that his ability to play corner, play safety, tackle, blitz. I mean, he's a very unique player. That was big plays at big times.
Feel appropriate for him to get the interception at the end.
Yeah, it was.
So
Appropriate for anybody. No, that was a big play, and great call by Charlie.
Talk about the play to Cardinals, the deflection, and how that changed.
Well, he was reading underneath, and like I say, ball wasn't bouncing our way, and that's why I say ball bounces your way. We had a stick route, and the linebacker got his hand in there and tipped it, and he was the underneath leak route. When he tipped, he knocked it right back out to where he was, and the ball bounced our way. Sometimes you get out a little luck.
Jimbo, the last defensive call where Randy got to pick, was that the same call that Joyner got to pick on at Clemson a couple of years ago when he peeled out of there?
No, the coverage turned out to be very similar. It's great. Well, you got a good mark. Greg, that's amazing. But it was similar, but we had a blitz on with that one, and then it ended up being on that side of those 3 guys, that similar coverage, but we actually had a blitz on the one up there with Joyner getting a little more pressure. Yeah.
Jimbo, what were some of the adjustments at halftime?
Well, we went back to playing some more nickel. They were getting us in green and isolating. Their tight ends are very athletic, so you get in green, we get in the heavy package in to stop the run. They were spreading out, going empty out of it, and they were isolating their tight ends on our backers a little bit and had a little mismatch. So we made that change, went back to a different personnel group, and then give them a whole different set of calls to be able to mix in there. That's why personnel groupings and all that's very critical.
How impressed were you with Joe Kaia's play in the first
Oh,
half?
that guy's a heck of a player, man. He's a really good player. Very composed, poised, and Coley, they've done a good job with him. He's a good player.
Jimbo Dalvin coming home, true freshman, 2 big touchdowns, and you hadn't been there in the fourth quarter.
And we did, and brought him back in there and have a critical fumble. I mean, to bounce back. I mean, a freshman, he has 2 weeks in a row he's had critical fumbles. But again, that's kind of resiliency, and we took him out, got his breath. Hey, we'll give you another chance. He got back in there and made those runs. But so we felt we could run the ball, but we were behind the whole time. And we got hot, so just didn't get a chance to run it as much as we wanted to. But that was critical. What, 2 big runs right there, Gene.
What is it that's allowed this personality to develop, this comfort? I'm obviously the quarterback, but when you look at the team as a whole, what is allowed?
It's the culture of our organization. It's not. It's the way we do things. It's the way we. It's all the things I talk about, the things that you never see, all the off the field things, all the things we do as a team, as an organization, as a school to provide all those things. What you see today, you could never come there and see. It's an accumulation of what a team does in the off season, all those things. That's all the blood, sweat, and tears. That's where that comes from. Not on the field in practice. That comes in the off season before we ever get to a field.
Jimbo, you alluded to.
And I believe in those things wholeheartedly. That's why we spend so much money in our support systems to develop and get these guys how to think, how to play with Trevor and all of our guys in the offseason with sports psychology and the player development, which I say is the most critical thing in college sports today, of changing these guys' minds to get them to think as one and not as individuals.
Jimbo, you alluded to this team measuring up with anybody for 60 minutes. Are you getting tired of outsiders nitpicking the
No, I'm just
wins?
proud of them. Their opinion. I can't control what people think of us. That's their business. That's none of my business. That has nothing to do with me. I'm just very proud of our team and what they do, how they accomplish things. And they can think what they want. I know what I know.
You guys have dealt with distractions all year. There are new reports now with PJ. How have you guys been able to deal with those distractions?
We compartmentalize and address and move on.
Jimbo Roberto again coming through for you, huge 3 for 3. Just I might
give him some dinner on Monday. We might give him dinner on Monday. We might keep that guy around a while. He's just unbelievable. I mean, he is Mr. Reliable. But if you ever go in there and watch him prepare in the off season, how he does things and every day. I mean, this doesn't happen by accident. I mean, this guy puts in, like James. I mean, James puts in 3 hours of film a night every day after practice 4 or 5 days a week. This guy does the same in his work ethic and how he kicks. And these guys understand that the power of preparation is the key to success. And they're willing to pay that price.
Was he hurting at all this week?
I'm sorry?
Was he hurting at all this week a little bit?
He's a little old. He's getting old. That time he's getting to be an old man.
This wasn't a game where Rashad could get his big numbers, but you had the freshman receivers out there.
We did. We liked them and got where we're going, and we said that's what we thought we could come back with. And we had the ball going to Rashad, but it's good that we don't have to do that. And Nick made some critical plays, but that's the thing about this team right now. And the ball is getting spread to all the players on the field. So if you take them away, we can go over here, and that's why I like our team right now.
But what goes on in the defensive meeting at halftime? Because it seems the defense plays so much better.
Well, we made adjustments. We just talked about. We went in and we said as a staff first before we broke down. And what are they doing? How are we going to make that adjustment? How can we change personnel groups? How are they getting us in this? And we swapped some suggestions, and they came up with some ideas, and they went back and made the adjustments and moved on.
Jimbo, how much links or comparisons between each game of how the defenses come out and play better in the second half, or it changes each week with adjustments you guys have?
It all changes weekly. You never know. You got to make them on the run.
In the second half on offense, it looked like you switched up a little bit. Didn't try as much vertical as you did horizontal.
We did. We started because they were playing man and getting the press stuff, so we started rubbing crossing, running across and stuff. We had some vertical stuff on the side, but then we tried to run them across, because when you play man, hard thing is now your first inclination is to protect deep, and then when you get going across and we can run, you can leverage them and pick them and run them. Then as far as lift them when you run a route and then separate flat, and we have enough speed to run away. You're exactly right. You was actually paying attention, wasn't you, Craig?
Jimbo, if this was Notre Dame, they'd be writing books about these comebacks.
Exactly.
Not Notre Dame. Las Vegas, with the point spread this week, comebacks. Why is it perceived differently with you guys when you have these comebacks?
You guys are writing it. Yeah, I don't know. Because it is what it is.
Two more questions.
That's y'all. I'm having fun. Leave me alone.
Are you being compared? Is it good that you're being compared to what you guys accomplished last year? Are you?
I hate comparing players. I hate comparing teams. It's unfair. You can't compare teams from year to year. It's just like comparing children. It's like comparing brothers. It's unfair to brothers to compare them because they're different DNA. This team's a different DNA. That group of guys is going. That group of guys will never play again together. This group of guys, in another 2 months, we'll never play again together. A team has a 1-year life expectancy. That's what I keep trying to tell everybody. Everybody wants it to come. A team is a 1-year lifespan, bar none. That group, and one, look at DNA. There's one, if you're a smidgen off in one DNA, that clears you from court. Is that right? Well, it's the same way here. One player, I mean, everybody's DNA is different. This team is what it is. It's great in its own way.
The screenplay on the last touchdown, have you been trying to set that up?
Yeah, we did. We had a couple screens in there. We were inches off one time, and we had a couple, and we knew we could get screens, just had to get the right time.
I apologize if you were asked this already, but it's hard enough to win one game, forget 26 in a row. For you guys to do it the way you do it, sometimes distractions around you, obviously something new this week that popped up. Does this make any sense how you guys are able to block out the noise?
Yeah, I think it's about, this is done in the off season. It's not done now. It's done in the off season with how you think, how you believe, how you walk, how you talk, everything about the whole organization, from A to Z. And everybody touches these young men understands how to mold them, how to structure them. That's what I talk about all the time, the process. And that's what it's all about.
Just 10 guys had a reception today. Just how
How
much?
many?
10 guys.
Is that right?
Yeah. How does
You
that
give me
help
some
with
bad
your
stats
job?
here, Colonel. I got 4. Let me see the final. There you go.
How does being able to have that many guys that can catch a ball and catch it well, open up the offense?
Recruit. That's recruiting and getting guys there and developing players. And our coach, our assistant guys. I mean, take a hats off to our assistant coaches for keeping guys in the game, making the adjustments, getting guys' minds in the game, keep playing ball and doing those things. They've done a tremendous job along with the players. We got a great staff, guys. Great staff.
One more question, Coach.
Does it feel like to you, you've won 26 straight, or do you feel like you've won 1 in a row? I mean,
I just won 1 in a row. Now I'm worried about Boston College. I'm worried about going to play Boston College. I mean, that's the next one on the agenda. That's what we got to get ready for. They'll be ready to play. They've had an off week, just like they had this week, and so they'll be rested, healthy. They'll have some things we ain't seen. We got to go play a game.
Jimbo, with the move to Camden Center, you mentioned it's about getting where y'all want to go. Is that just kind of a thought that you need more physicality inside there?
No, just trying to get some athleticism. I mean, Big Rod has really been playing that well. Then you get that size and length and athleticism out there. It's pretty good.
How are the guys out there?
Yeah, they're very happy and excited, and because they understand the respect they have for Miami. These guys have great respect for Miami. I mean, this is a great rivalry. There's great respect. They got a great team, great organization. That's one of the things I like about this rivalry. It's played physical, it's played tough. There's a mutual respect between the two teams, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And our team was very excited. They understand the relevance of playing a great Miami team in Miami and coming out victorious. They don't take that for granted. But at the same time, their process is move on. You're ready to play Boston College.